Hello my Glamour fam, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be making this stylish beaded bag. I hope you like it, so let's start with the tutorial. You're going to be needing some sugar beads. I worked with sugar bead. It doesn't have to be black, please use any color of your choice. Fishing line is 0.70 mm and a pair of scissors for cutting. I already cut out the fishing line size that I need for this project, and we are going to start with 4 beads. We are working on a 4 flower beading method for the beginning stage. For the beginning stage, we are starting with 4 flower beading method. So we string all the 4 beads onto the fishing line on one end, and then we cross over with the other end with the last bead. So we have our first flower done. Then we are going to continue with 3 beads. For the second line, we are going to add one bead each to each end of the string. Then we cross over with the third bead like so, and you have your second line. Your second line. Then we continue with 3 beads more. Add 1 bead each to the end of each string, put the third one on one end of the string and cross over with the other end of the string. We will continue working like that till we get to the end of this stage, and I will tell you what to do. Just continue adding 1 bead each to each end of the fishing line, and then with the last one you put it on one end, then cross it with the other end. Continue working like that till we get to the end of the stage. We are going to be making 15 lines. So when you get to number 14, we will continue from there. Now guys, we are done with the 14th line. This is the 15th line, so add the 3 beads on one end of the fishing line. I want to show you how to turn this thing. When you add 3 beads on one end, you use the other end to cross the third bead, just like I am doing here, and your fishing line is going to turn to the top, because we are going to start the second row now. It's going to turn to the top. This is just 1 row done, and it's 15 in number. On the lines you cut from the bottom, it is 15. You see it there. Then you continue with 3 beads on the fishing line on the outer corner. The end of the fishing line on the outer corner, you add 3 beads to it. Then you cross with the one at the inner corner. Now that you are done with that, your fishing line is turning to the top and the bottom. With the one on the bottom, pass it through the next bead like so, the next bead on the line. Then we are going to continue with 2 beads now. Now we continue with 2 beads. Please don't add 3 beads at this stage, because your fishing line is on 2 beads. So you add 2 beads to complete the 4 flower. That is how you do it. Then you just continue like that. The fishing line at the bottom part, you pass it through the next bead. That fishing line on the bottom part, pass it through the next bead and add 2 beads. You cross it over. Sometimes this fishing line could really get annoying, like it tangles up a lot. You can see how I do that. Then you cross it over again. The one down on the bottom part, you cross it to the next bead. Then you add 2 beads to it, and then you cross your fishing line. Please continue working like this till you get to the end of the stage. When you pass the fishing line on the end at the bottom part to the next bead like this, you add 2 beads to the one on the top side. Then you cross with the one at the bottom part on the second bead you just added. You cross it up like that, I know that there is a knotting method I'm doing on the fishing line, but you don't really have to do that. Or if you are interested in that, I can make a video to show you how to knot that. It actually makes your work more stronger and more sturdy. So for as a beginner, I don't think you really need to do that. Just focus on the basics first. So we'll continue working with this method until we are done with this stage. Guys, we are at the end of the second stage, and I want to show you how to turn to the top on the second stage. It's almost like the first stage, but what you will do is when you pass that fishing line, the bottom fishing line, to the bead to the last bead at the bottom there, what you do, you add 2 bead to that same line you just passed to the bead. You are not going to put it on the top bead now. That same bottom line, you add 2 beads to it. Then you now cross it over with the top bead. This time you are just doing the opposite of what you were doing before. You cross it over with the top bead instead of crossing with the bottom bead. You cross it over with the top bead and pass just pass everything that needs to be passed, and now you have it at the top. So that is just what I wanted you guys to see. Even if my English fails me, at least you can see what I did there. Just repeat what I did. Now at the outer corner, the fishing line at the outer corner, add 3 beads to it, and then you cross it with the one at the inner corner. This thing is on slow motion so that you can at least see what I'm doing. So continue with adding 2 beads. Pass the fishing line at the bottom part to the next bead. When you pass it, you add 2 beads to it. So I'm just going to pass it now and show you what I'm saying, but it's just the same thing you did on the second row. So you just repeat it for this stage. It's just a repeated process. This is the last stage that we are going to be doing the 4-flower bead matting method. So you see what I just did there. It's just the same thing you are doing on the other part. Pass the fishing line through the next bead, then you add 2 beads to the fishing line at the top and cross it with the bottom fishing line. And yeah, just continue to do till you get to the end of the stage. Thank you. We are done with that with the 4-flower method, and I'm just going to count till I get to the middle. You see that tree in the middle? That is where we are going to continue. The 3 beads in the middle. You know the whole length of this thing is 15. So we are going to leave 6 in front, 6 at the back, and we are going to have 3 in the middle. Okay, so that 3 is where we are going to start from now. And okay, we are not done with the 4-flower method actually, because we are going to continue with 4-flower method here. So I added 3 beads to my fishing line as I've passed it through, then pass it to the next bead, add 2 beads, and then we cross with the second one. Then we pass it through the 3rd bead in the middle. Then we add 2 beads at the fishing line on the outer corner, because we want to turn it up. And there we go. So we'll continue working on that 3 in the middle now till we get to the end. We are going to make it into 7 places. Add 3, we cross it with the third one, pass it to the bead on the next line. Yes, then you add 2 beads, cross over with the other the end of the fishing line, pass it again to the last one, add 2 beads to the fishing line on the bottom corner and cross it with the one on the top corner to get it up. We continue that way till we get it in 7 places, so that when you count with both the 3 lines on the bottom, it's going to be 10, but we are going to get this up working in 7 places. Now we are done. The work is looking like a T. So do you see that 2 places I pointed? That was where I added my fishing line at the tail, the tail of the T and the head of the T. Since it's looking like a T, let's just call it a T. So we will add 2 beads. Remember that I put my fishing line on 2 beads, the place I pointed to at the beginning. So this is it. We are working it up now. Then the next bead we pass the fishing line, and then we also add 2 beads. You cross it with the other end of the fishing line. Just watch what I am doing, guys. Then the next bead we also pass it through the next bead. And then this time around we are going to add 3 beads. It's going to be 5 in number. Right now we'll add 3 beads. This is where the complicated part comes, but when you watch it closely you will not get confused. So that one is 5. We are going to work it down right now. We pass the bead to the next, we pass the fishing line to the next bead, and we are going to add 3 beads as well, and not the second ring of 5. You see that? Then on this last one we are going to pass it in 2 beads, the one at the head of the T and the one at the tail of the T, just like in the beginning part. And then we'll add 2. Moving on to the next stage, we are going to continue with 4 flower beading. So we add 2 beads right now, and then we cross it. You are going to pass the fishing line through one bead each on that corner and add 2 beads till you get to the top of it. So watch closely and repeat what I did on your own bead. Add 2 beads till you get to the top of this pattern. On the last one, you are going to pass the fishing line in 2 beads at that end. Then you will add 1 bead to it to complete the work. You add 1 bead and cross over with the other fishing line, the other end of the fishing line, and then we are done with that part. You pass your fishing line again to the next bead at the top. You work your way down again. So you are going to be working up to down from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. So we are going to continue now with 5 bead, another ring of 5, pass our fishing line to the next bead, we add 3 beads. Now we are working on rings of 5. Remember, after the rings of 4 upwards, after the 4 flower beading, we work 3 rings of 5. Then the next line we worked with a 4 flower beading all through. Then this stage we are going to be working on rings of 5 till we complete this stage. You are going to be passing your fishing line on 1 bead on this stage. Please take note, don't pass it on 2 beads. You are going to be passing it on 1 bead. Then when you get to the end of the work, to close up the work, that is when you are going to pass it on 2 beads. Then you add 2 beads to complete that stage. You are not going to add 3 beads at the ending. You add 2 beads when you already passed it on 2. You see where I'm pointing at? You will use 2 beads to complete the stage. Moving on to the next stage, this is a ring of 6. The bottom fishing line, pass it on the next bead at the bottom. The top fishing line, pass it to the next bead on the top. Now you have your fishing line on 3 beads. We are going to be adding 3 beads to make this a ring of 6. So this stage we are working on rings of stage 6. Just know that this work is stage by stage and there is a specific counting on each stage of the working. So pass the top fishing line on the next 2 beads now, so that your fishing line will be coming out in 3 beads. You add 3 beads to complete it, to complete the ring of 6. Pass it again onto the next bead, onto the next 2 bead. Then add 3 beads to complete this stage. So continue working like that till you have completed these rings of 6. Okay my dear, now we have completed the rings of 6 on this line. This is the last one on the rings of 6, and I'm just going to knot it right here. And if you can understand what I'm doing, please follow the knotting method in case your fishing line finished. But if it doesn't finish, you can just continue working with it. Okay, then in case you don't know how to add a new fishing line after the one you're using is finished, please, I'm going to make a video for that. But if you understand it from this video, you can kindly use it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have watched up to this point and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please, I would really appreciate it if you kindly take out time to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything really, and then my channel is just a small channel and I'm trying to grow my channel. Please help support a small YouTuber like me. Now I'm just going to add a new fishing line to finish up this stage. This is the last part on the last stage on this part, sorry. So you see I passed the fishing line into 2 beads right there. I'm just going to measure it and make sure they are equal, on equal length, and then I'm going to add 2 beads to the fishing line that is coming out at the top, the end of the fishing line on the top. as I added 2 bead, I cross it over with the one on the bottom, and I am going to repeat that till I finish this stage again. You know that fishing beading work is just a repeated process. You just have to be patient and repeat this process, keep repeating this process till you finish, and you make out a beautiful masterpiece. So you see that we're just going to continue adding 2 beads till we complete the stage. I don't want to bore you with the long video. Now that if you complete the stage, you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and this is what we got. I didn't know that my camera was positioned on the wrong side, and then we are going to work on the side of the bag to build up the side. Why it's on fast mode is because you are just working on a 4 flower beading, and I know you already know how to do that. Now we make 2 of these for the front and the back side of the bag. We are going to make 2 of these. Okay, I think this project cost a 1.5 pack of beads. Yeah, sugar beads, 1.5 of the pack. So I already make 2 of these, and I'm just going to join the both of them together. I'm going to put this thing on a slow motion. I actually lost some footage, so I counted 9 places from the bottom to the top. You see that place? That is the 9th bead. So I passed my fishing line on that 9th bead there, and I put 1 bead. Then the other end of the fishing line, I pass it on the 9th one on this other side of the bag. You see, that's it. Then I'm going to take 1 more bead and cross it over the fishing line. I put this on slow motion actually so that you can understand what I'm doing. I really hope you do understand, because my camera was on a wrong position while filming. So I cross it over like that. So it was 9 on the side, and my beads, I built it up by the corner in 2 places. So 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. So the corner part is going to be in 5 rows. Okay, 5 rows of 4 flower beading. So you are going to just cross your fishing line, pass your fishing line on one end of the bag, pass the other one on the other side of the bag, then you cross over with 1 bead. Guys, this is the finished look of the bag. I already attached everything that needs to be attached, and I'm done. I hope you like this project. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.